here's the contents. This is something, I'm probably going to do this in chapter. Each chapter, may get a little video, little YouTube audio visual of the reading, the writing. And I'm going to skip over these or move on. You can come back to them if you want to see the content a little bit more clearly, and what's ahead, what's coming, what chapters may come, may not come. Some of them are a little questionable about putting them out in public because the public may react to them a little hard, although they shouldn't, because every one of them uh, has an end result of love and harmony for the individual and society. But anyway, I'm going to get down to here and scroll down, and now we're on the introduction.
Accumulation of ideas and experiences throughout years of questioning, reading, researching, thinking, discussing and perceiving with the senses, often to escape eternal hell, has led to the following. There may be an obligation for anyone possessing personal and/or social information with imagined or legitimate value for humanity and nature, to communicate verbally or leave some documentation in their chosen format of the synthesis of all the ideas learned from others fused with their original ideas that have come because of making deductions from these learned ideas, intuition, and personal experience. Most constructive individual human accomplishments and advancements ultimately will or should become part of the developmental or evolutionary processes of humanity. Humanity's currently advanced societies have been built on the advances in the past of those who are no longer with us in bodily form. Documentation of human progress and failures lays potential foundations for future generations to progress or evolve while avoiding the mistakes of the past. This obligation to dedicate attention to world affairs comes from the awareness that humanity in general has been and continues to be an unfinished project. We have not generated the critical mass in human evolution to produce a global majority in harmony with all. We are still learning about our world, our purpose, and ourselves. Most of our human world is guided by or corralled into apparently irreconcilably divisive ideologies. It may be said that the unity of any group, race, culture, nation, religion, belief system, etc. may contribute to disunity or division of humanity. Much of the history of humanity appears, at its minimum, to be at odds with nature and itself, while at its worst, global disaster and/or ecological disease. Humanity in general has yet to find complete harmonious coexistence with other humans and the natural world around us. This writing will present a vision of or a glimpse into the potential for a globally harmonious humanity within our world. Humanity has the potential to become a great harmoniously loving force for and with themselves and the rest of the natural world we live in. Humans have the capacity to become gods/goddesses or children of God for the religious or more evolved in the satisfaction of evolutionary instincts for the evolutionist or non-believer, in a loving relationship with the world they live in, or they can remain delusionally separated and in conflict with our world, falling below the rest of the animal kingdom. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844 to 1900. Man is a rope stretched between the animal and the superman. Rope over an abyss. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not a goal. What is lovable in man is that he is an overgoing and not a downgoing. With internet access to vast amounts of information on almost any subject, attributed to by many around the earth, our minds are coalescing with the minds of these others to form one global supermind, or the mind of God, or a potentially unified humanity. We can share in the knowledge, insights, and experience of much of humanity from the past into the present with potentially greater cooperation in the future. This writing will use terms to be considered synonyms as in omniverse/God, spirit/energy/matter, producer/creator, violation/sin/crime for atheists, agnostics, religious, scientific and other readers. The terms psychological/spiritual are linked as synonyms in relation to the principles of love, forgiveness, acceptance, things that cannot or should not be changed, faith, honesty and all that is conducive to harmonious loving union with the omniverse/God. If it is proven that there are more universes than the one we perceive, the term omniverse will include all universes, or if they become known as one and refer to infinite space in all directions or everything that was, is, and will be. Any new discoveries of our world will be immediately absorbed into the term omniverse. Nothing known or yet to be known will escape this term. The term multiverse as is currently proposed by some scientists can be used, although it is considered insufficient for infinity when questions arise as to how many universes there are. If the term universe still means all things to the reader, as many dictionaries describe it, you are welcome to continue to use it in place of the term omniverse. In many cases, and particularly when it comes to loving immersion into or with our world, it will be enough to consider the omniverse as merely all that we perceive or are capable of perceiving with our human senses and imagination from wherever we are now. God in capital letters will refer to the idea of an infinite omniversal God that is everything, everywhere including you. When God has only one capital letter, it will be used to refer to the individual gods that have been claimed throughout human history. If God is written without capitals, it will be further diminished relative to the omniverse. The terms omniverse and God are intended to not only be nouns but also living terms. The term omnipotent, which may infer being able to do anything, will be simplified to all power in reference to all the power that was, is, or will be everywhere throughout the omniverse. We do not want to become embroiled in arguments over what the omniverse/God is capable or incapable of, like not existing or becoming something else. With these word options, you can choose the term that fits your current beliefs or interject your own term to free your mind and continue reading without being so offended by labels that you miss the points being made and the stimulation of awareness that is provoked. Read/written correctly. Both atheists and religious can read unimpeded by words. Improvements will continue to be made in content and grammar until it becomes a perfect fit for humanity or the greatest and most influential literary work ever written. Please do not hold your breath waiting for that edition. In the meantime, proceed with the reading ahead of you with an apology for content and grammatical errors that still exist. No time or place in this written adventure are we insinuating, asking, or seeking to kill, injure or threaten anyone's life apart from defending the harmoniously loving as we defend our children from danger. All language that may be misconstrued as being such is now and, in the future, reduced to a focus on ideologies. Absolutely no harm to human lives. Just the ideologies that do harm human lives must be removed from serious practice or neutralized. Philosophical, ideological, cultural, political, and/or religious beliefs counter to or interfering with our innate drive for loving harmony with our world may need dilution, alterations or complete removal for individual, local, or global harmony. Some of these belief systems may need more persuasion than others to avoid or reduce conflicts. Quotes from historical figures are used at times for confirmation, thought provocation, comparison, or contrast, not necessarily because they are true. Quotes from the Bible, Quran, and Bhagavad Gita have been used primarily in the God is sections for religio-scientific comparisons, unifications or bridging, not for proof, so atheists or rationalists can lighten up ahead of time.
All right, that's the introduction. I'm going to separate that and we'll come to the next the next chapter, and we'll proceed in another video. All right, later.